Hello, our esteemed viewers, and welcome to our top-notch education consultancy programs. As you're aware, we'll be discussing the set books, Fathers of Nations, the Samaritan, Silent Song, and other stories in Parliament of Owls. And as you're aware, currently we have been discussing the Parliament of Owls, and I believe that you have enjoyed the programs that we bring along. Even today, this morning, we would want to take you through an aspect in Parliament of Owls that we feel you need to take note of, even as days go by and our students or candidates are approaching examination. So let me take you through Parliament of Owls, but I want us to talk specifically on a subject, that is the wave of violence in Parliament of Owls, and we will be discussing it vis-a-vis the subject of oppression in this text. We are aware that one of the issues that Adipo Sidang tries to address in Parliament of Owls is the issue of oppression. And oppression in this instance comes in various forms. Number one form of oppression here is violence. And how does he address violence as a form of oppression? Remember that at the beginning of the text, when Osogo arrives on the scene, and Osogo is playing the flute, mourning the death of 33 of her clansmen that have been murdered or massacred by the Parliament of Owls. So that is the first instance of wave of violence that forms the basis of this text. Again, apart from that, we also see that wave of violence when Red String says that the death of the 33 Osogo birds, or what we call the weaver birds, was an accident because their intention was to kill a cunning bird, that is Oyundi. That was their intention. So even when we look at it in terms of trying to kill Oyundi, still there is that violence because there was an attempt to the life of Oyundi, the bird, or the cunning bird. So there is that wave of violence, and it is very clear in this text. Then the third case is the killing of Farum Tidi, that is a hornbill. Remember, they have misused, that is the term, because they haven't used him well, to spread the propaganda. Anytime they wanted to do something that is out of this world, they would enlist the services of Arum Tidi and get along or get away with it. And therefore, there is a discussion that Arum Tidi is a silly bird that they can only use him wherever they feel like they want to and get away with him any moment. And that is what has happened. Remember at what point they used him, and having used him, he went ahead and shared certain confidential information with the little p, that is the little parrot. And that information was not taken kindly by the Parliament of Owls, and especially the moneybags. Therefore, he took offense and has been behind the scene trying to make sure that Arum Tidi is eliminated. And this is exactly what happens at the end of it all when they have actually eliminated him. Of course, they took him to the front, the riverfront stone, and that is where he actually pecked himself to death. Because they believe that Arum Tidi doesn't have the brains, he can fight himself on a reflection. And that is how they ended up killing Arum Tidi. So there is that wave of violence that comes out very clearly in this text. Apart from the wave of violence, there is also what we call the oppressive bills. We are discussing oppression in this context. Remember, they have come up with what they call the Moonlight Bill that denies the animals the freedom to fly at night and also to twitter at night. This freedom, this Moonlight Bill is very oppressive, and that is one of the bills that the birds are really trying to uprise against. They're actually feeling that this one is denying them the opportunity, their freedom to speech, and their freedom to association. And they feel that this bill is a wrong bill, and that is why there is an uprising against the bill. So we see there are certain oppressive bills that are coming out from the Parliament of Owls that is meant to oppress the birds. We also have the so-called the moonlight tax. They claim that this tax is going to protect the birds because there will be surveillance at night, and therefore that those will be paid to protect the birds at night. So when they are doing the surveillance, there will be some costs that they will run. Those costs actually will be catered for when they pass what they call the moonlight tax. So it has also come in the form of tax. Remember, we have also said that it has come in the form of the bills. So when we talk about oppression in Parliament of Owls, it comes in various forms, and that is what I really wanted you to see, and also to be able to have a discussion on the same. So ladies and gentlemen, remember there is the idea of oppression. But how does it come out? Number one, it comes out through the killings. And I've mentioned the 33 weaver birds that have been killed. I've also mentioned the attempt to kill the Yundi bird, or the so-called the cunning bird. And in the process of trying to kill him or to pursue him, they ended up killing the 33 weaver birds. And I've also mentioned the killing of Arum Tidi. And you remember how he was killed. Actually, Fortis reflection, of course, it was stage managed. Finally, he ended up killing himself. We have also talked about other waves of violence that is meted against the birds. Number one is that the python is unleashed to eat their eggs, get into their nests and eat the eggs. That is a form of violence. When you set a python to eat the eggs of these birds, it is an oppression in one way. Then there is a bit of Olik Tiger that has also been enlisted. That for those birds that will be going on demonstration against the rule that has been placed so that they don't go on that strike, they will be beaten by Olik Tiger the bat. So these are all forms of oppression that comes out very clearly in this text. Remember, they think that this is going to subdue the birds. But again, wherever there is oppression, there is high chances of uprising. So in our next episode, we'll be talking about the uprising that comes as a result of this oppression that we have actually witnessed in the text. Thank you, and be blessed as you continue to watch our programs. Be blessed.